Hello students, this topic is for quarter 4 week 3 frequency distribution. At the end of the video, you should be able to organize this data in a frequency distribution table. Number 2, construct a frequency distribution. Please like, share, and subscribe to Mom Desma Tutorials. Hit the notification bell button to alert you of the latest video lessons. For our questions, comments, and suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. So let's start. From a review, give the word that describe in each statement. Number 1. It is a systematic way to arrange data where data are written in rows, horizontal, or columns in vertical for easy referencing. The answer is table. For number 2, this is part of a table that gives you the information about what the data are all about. Again, this is part of a table that gives you the information all about what data are all about. It is the title. Number 3, the method can be classified as a personal, telephone, or online interview. It is done through direct conversations with the interviewee. Answer is interview. Now, for numbers 4 and 5, given the following stem and leaf display of the grade averages of class of grade 7 students, find the following information. So as you can see, the stem and leaf on the right. Number 4, the question is, how many students are there in grade 7 class? Again, how many students are there in the grade 7 class? Okay, 25. Okay, based on the stem and leaf, you will count the number of digits in the leaf column. So, makikita po natin dyan, kapag binilang po natin yung digits under the leaf column, that is the number of students from the data. Number 5. What is the lowest and highest grade average in the class respectively? Again, the highest and the lowest grade average in the class respectively. So look at again the stem and leaf. So we have 76 and 95. So how did we get the lowest? So look for the stem value 7 and the leaf 6. So we have 76 is the lowest average. Okay. Next, and the highest is 95. So look for the stem 9 and the leaf 5. So it's 95. Okay, now, so consider the tally sheets and board and answer the questions that follow. Okay, do you still recall how the votes are counted during class elections? Okay, so katulad po ngayon, in yung topic natin ngayon kasi election on May 9. So, start po tayo sa class elections. Ayan. So, as you can see from the right, we have the tally sheets for a class election. O, di ba, pag mag-e-elect tayo ng class ng class president, and then, we have the tally, and then bibilangin natin yung vote. So, paano po yan? So, list down the name of the candidates and then tally for the second column and then the number of votes. So, pagkatapos po nating matali, bibilangin natin kung ilan yung bumoto. Like for example, kay Joselito, ayan. So, we have stick and then we have the slash after 5 counts. So we will count this 5, 10, 15, and then plus 2. So we have 17. And then for Melinda, we have 5, 10, 15. So we will have 16. Okay? And then for Carlo, Okay, for Cardo, we have 5, 10, and then plus 3, so we have 13. Okay. Okay, next. Were you with your parents when they visited the school to take a vote for the candidates during a barangay or municipal election? So, na-experience niyo po ba na sumama para bumoto yung mga magulang niyo? So, yung iba siguro ay hindi o lalo-lalo pa nga yung pandemic. So, parents niyo lang yung lalabas. Ano? So, ayan po. Okay. Ganito yung dati na election. So, tally sheet for local election. Ayan, may tally sheet po dyan. And then, tinatali yung boto ng mga tao. Okay, for the next picture. Have you ever watched how the votes of the national election are being presented to many viewers? Okay, so eto yun. Si tally board ulit. Ayan, so this is for national election. Ayan, so ganun din, binibilang po yung boto ng mga tao. Okay, pero, but this time, so ngayon nga, national election on May 9, hindi na po tayo gagawa ng ganito. Hindi na tayo makakakita ng ganito kasi kapag bumoto po yung mga tao sa voting counting machine na lang po ilalagay yung balota. So pagkaboto, ilalagay po sa vote counting machine yung balota. And then from that, bibilangin na or automatic na mabibilang na yung binoto ng isang tao. Okay? So mas mabilis ngayon kumpara nung mga nakaraang taon or nakaraang election. Okay, now, so what is frequency? Frequency is the number of times an observation or a particular value appears in a dataset. Ayan. So, ito yung mga number na nakikita natin. So, in observation. Next, what is frequency distribution? A frequency distribution is a table that shows the frequencies for the categories, values of counting variable or class interval. So let us consider the following portion of the table. So we have the class interval, the tally, and then the frequency. So under class interval, we have 16 to 20. Okay, and then for the tally, ayan, as we can see, we have 7 sticks. And then for the frequency is the number 7. Okay. Now, ano po ba yung class interval na yan? From the table above, okay, the class interval is 16 to 20. Okay, so ito po yun. 16 to 20, the class interval. And then its class size is 5. Okay, again, class size is 5 because there are 5 values that the interval may contain, specifically 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Kaya po, tinawag natin na class size. Specifically, meron po siyang 5 numbers. So, from 16 to 20. Again, yung 5 na ito, siya po yung class size. Okay. Next. Okay. Now, the class limit or the class interval has class limits. Again, class interval has class limit. The lower class limit and then the upper class limit. So, alin-alin po yan? Okay, so in this case, 16 to 20, the lower class limit is 16. Okay, ito po yun. 16 is the lower class limit and the upper class limit is 20. Again, from this table, we have 16 as our lower class limit and then 20 is the upper class limit. So, tandaan po natin yan. Next. If the observation has fractional measurements such as height and weight, the following class boundaries will avoid the gaps between class intervals. Okay, for class interval again, 16 to 20, the class boundaries are, the lower class boundary is 15.5. So, paano po nakuha si 15.5? Okay, so subtract 0.5 from 16. So, dun sa lower limit natin, magsusubtract po tayo ng 0.5 para makuha si lower class boundary. Okay, and then our answer is 15.5. Now, for the upper class boundary, you have to look at our upper limit, which is 20. And then, what you're going to do is add 0.5 or 5 tenths to 20. And that's why we have 20.5. Okay, so each class interval has a class mark. So ano naman po itong class mark na ito? It is the middle value that may serve as the representative of the interval. In this case, class mark is 18. So, paano po kaya naging 18? Since 18 is the middle score from 16 to 20. So, ibig sabihin, si class mark po, siya yung middle. Okay? Middle, yun yung nasa gitna sa class interval. So, 16 to 20. So, the middle value or the class mark is 18. So, ang nandito po sa gitna ay 18. So, 18 again, this is our class mark. Okay. Now, so another idea again for finding the class mark, ito lang po yung gagawin natin. We can have the average. Paano? So, i-add lang po si 16 at saka si 20 and then divide it by 2. So, you will have 16 plus 20 is 36 and then you divide it by 2, the answer is 18. Okay? So, ayun. Makukuha mo na yung class mark. Okay? So, next. Okay, so to summarize, so from the given class interval again, so we have 16 to 20. Let's find out what is the class mark. Ano po kaya ang class mark again ng 16 to 20? Okay, so we have 18. Ayan. And then, lower class limit. So, in 16 to 20, our lower class limit, so we have 16. Upper class limit, we have 20. Okay. And then lower class boundary, we have 15.5 and the upper class boundary is 20.5. I hope na natandaan po natin. So from this class interval again, 16 to 20, the middle value or the class mark is 18. Lower class limit is 16. Upper class limit is 20. Lower class boundary is 15.5. So balikan natin paano nakuha si lower class boundary. So, subtract 0.5 from 16 and you will get 15.5. For the upper class boundary, so we will get 20 plus 0.5. That's why we have 20.5. Now, for the tally column, so look again the portion of the frequency distribution. For the tally column is the record of 6. Ayan yung mga stick po natin. That gives you the frequency or the number of values that fall into class interval, which is 16 to 20. So, kung ilan po yung numbers or values na nag-fall from 16 to 20, yun po ang itatali natin. Next, frequency column. For the frequency column, it is the number of sticks. So, bibilangin mo na yung sticks and then you have to write it under frequency column. Okay, the slash, tandaan ha, yung slash serves as the fifth count so that counting will be easier. So it is equivalent to 5. Values or numbers are written in this column. Ayan, so yung slash po, pag pang fifth na yung value, So, gagawin natin slash to the first text. So, katulad po nito. Para mas madaling magbilang by 5 or skip counting by 5. And then, after that, so bibilangin mo na yung mga sticks and then you have to write that number under frequency column. Okay? Now, let us try this. Answer the following questions. So based on the table at the left or the frequency distribution, we will answer the given questions. Okay? So you can pause the video at pwede nating sagutan or pwede kong sagutan yung mga questions. Okay. Let us examine an example of a complete frequency distribution. Okay, so the title, we have test scores of 20 students in a 40-item math quiz. Okay, so the scores, so this serve as class interval. So, and then tally, and then frequency. So under the class interval, we have 36 to 40, and then until 16 to 20. So, the tally. So, nakikita natin yung mga sticks dyan. And then yung frequency, kung ilan po yung value under the tally. So, ginawa natin numbers. Okay. Number 1 questions. How many class intervals are there? So, ilan bang class interval ang nakikita natin? So, ayan, bilangin po under the scores. Okay. So, we have 5. Ayan. So, 36 to 40, 31 to 35, 26 to 30, 21 to 25, and 16 to 20. So, yun po yung tinutukoy dito na class interval. Next, what is the lowest class interval? Ano yung lowest class interval natin? So, ibig sabihin, dito ka titingin sa baba. Di ba? So, we have 16 to 20. And for the highest class interval, so syempre, doon ka titingin sa taas. So, we will have 36 to 40. For number 3, what is the class size? So, ayan. So, ilan po ba or ano po ba yung class size ng frequency distribution na ito? Okay? So, tingnan natin, 16 to 20. Ano kaya ang class size kapag binilang natin yung 16 to 20? So, we will have 5. So, 16, specifically 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Number 4, what or which score interval has the highest frequency? Okay, so alin po ba ang may pinakamataas na frequency? Sabi po dito, score interval na may pinakamataas na frequency. So, syempre, dito ka titingin kay frequency 15932. Hanapin ang pinakamataas and then, ano yung class interval na yan? So, we will have 26 to 30. So, kita naman natin 26 to 30, yung may pinakamataas na frequency, which is 9. Next, lowest frequency. For the lowest frequency, so hanapin natin yung may pinakabababang frequency. And then, ano yung class interval niya or score interval. So, kita po natin, we have 36 to 40 since the lowest frequency is 1. So, ito po yun. 1 yung lowest frequency. Ayan. And then 9 is the highest frequency. Okay? So, kasi ang tinatanong dito ay score interval. So, dito po yung isasagot natin. Okay? Okay, so let's continue. For number 5. Complete the table below for the class interval 21 to 25. So, tingin po tayo ulit dito sa table. So, look at the class interval 21 to 25. Okay, so we have the class mark. So, ano po ba yung value or middle value kay 21 to 25, which is referring to class mark? So, our answer is 23. Okay? Next, for the lower class limit, Ayan, lower class limit ng 21 to 25 is 21. Upper class limit is 25. Lower class boundary. So, tandaan, pag lower class boundary, magma-minus tayo ng 0.5 sa lower limit, which is now 20.5. Upper class boundary, so add 0.5 to the upper limit, which is 25, so it becomes 25.5. Okay? Ayan. So let us proceed to constructing ungrouped frequency distribution. For example, Jessica is a plantita. She surveyed 20 households in their barangay and found out the number of varieties of plants they own. The results are 3, 0, 1, 4, 4, 1, 2, 0, 2, 2, 0, 2, 0, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3. Okay. So to organize the given data, construct a frequency distribution. Okay, so for the steps 1, create a table with 3 columns. Label each column as number of varieties of plants, title of the categories, tally, and frequency. Okay. So, ito po yun at the right. So, kita natin from the illustration, we have number of varieties of plants, tally, frequency. Proceed tayo kay step 2. Write the categories of the result gathered in the first column. Number of varieties of plants. Ayan. So, titingnan po natin, ano-ano ba yung mga number of varieties na yan ng plants? So, kung nakikita nyo dito sa mga number, we have 0, may 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So, again, here is the 0. We have 1, and then 2, may 2 rin, may 3, and may 4. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, step 3, tally the numbers in each category based on the data gathered in the survey. So ngayon magtatali tayo. Ayan. So try natin, tally po tayo. So mag-start po tayo kay 3. Yan, lagyan natin ng mark. Okay, so punta tayo dyan sa 3. Next, 0. Okay. Next, we will have 1. So, next, we have 4, 4. So, dalawa sa 4. Next, 1. Next one, 2. Okay, 0. And then, we have 2, dalawang 2. 1, 2. Then, 0 again. Okay. And then, we have 2. Okay, 0. Okay, now. Then, we have 1. Then 3. Okay, 1. Then 2. Okay, so slash na to. And then 1. Slash na din po kasi pang 5 na. 1 again. Ayan. And then we have 3. Ayan. So, ganun po kung paano mag-tally. Here is now the finished product of your tally column. Now, step 4, count the sticks in the tally column and write the frequency in the third column. So, ayan. So, kita na po natin. Meron na po dito mga numbers. So, dun sa tally column natin, we have 4 sticks. So, we will have 4 as under the frequency. We have 6, and then 5, then 3, and then we have 2. So the frequency are 4, 6, 5, 3, and 2. Next. So, step 5, finalize the table. Make sure to write a title. So, ayan, dapat yung table natin mayroong title. So, ang title po natin ay Varieties of 20 Plants of 20 Household. Ayan. And then we have the headings, number of varieties of plants, and then tally, and then frequency. So, complete na po yung table natin o yung frequency table natin. After the ungrouped data, let us now construct group frequency distribution. So, group frequency distribution naman po. Okay, example 2. Consider the following data set. Final math grades of 20 grade 7 students is school year 2019 to 2020. So, ito po yung final grades ng 20 grade 7 students in the school year 2019-2020. So, ayan yung final grade nila sa math. Okay? So, we have step 1. So, anong gagawin natin? Paano tayo makagawa ng group frequency distribution? So, meron po tayong step 1. Find H. Ano po yung H na yan? H stands for highest score and L starts for lowest score. So, dito sa table, from this table, hahanapin po natin yung lowest and then yung highest score. Yan. So, we have the highest ay 96. Asan po yung 96? So, eto yon. And then, lowest is 76. So, yan yung unang-una nating gagawin. So, after we find the highest and the lowest score, we will find the range. So, ano po ba yung range? So, this is the step 2. The difference between the highest and the lowest score. So, ima-minus mo lang yung highest at saka yung lowest. So, we have H minus L, 96 minus 76 is 20. So, yan po yung range natin. Okay, step 3. If we intend to set the number of class intervals to be 4, then compute the class size using the formula. So, kung gusto natin na ang class intervals natin o iset natin sa 4, you have to use this. So, range. So, class size is equal to range over 4 or divide mo ng 4. Si range ay i-divide mo ng 4. So, class size is equal to 20 divided by 4 is equal to 5. So, ang class size po natin ay 5. Okay, next, step 4. From the table, complete the list of class intervals. Ayan. So, gagawa na po kayo ng class interval. So, eto yan. Next. Note, the lowest class interval should have the upper limit, eto po, that is divisible by class size. So, ang class size natin kanina ay 5, di ba? And then, since we have the lowest score na 76, so in the data set, you may set the lowest class interval to be 76 to 80. Okay? So, bakit naging 76 to 80? Sabi po kasi dito, upper limit that is divisible by class size. 76 yung lowest po natin. And then, yung class size mo ay 5. So, we will have 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Okay? And then, 80 is divisible by 5, which is our class size. So, pasok po dyan or this is the correct start of your class interval. Okay? So, look at the solutions at the right. Ayan. So, yung lowest po natin, class interval ay 76 to 20. And then, 81 to 85. So, again, 76 to 80, 81 to 85. 86, sunod sa 85 ay 86. And then, class size uli natin ay 5. So, 86 to 90. 91 to 95. And 96 to 100. Okay, now. So, step 5, start to complete the tally column by marking sticks where the score falls. You may start at the top left, then across or downward? Let us start from 78. If downwards, the next score is 83. Then, continue with the pattern until you record the last score, which is 76. Okay. So, pwedeng downward. So, mag-start ka kay 78, 83, 92, 86, hanggang matapos mo yung 76. So, try natin. Okay. So, start tayo kay 78. So, katulad din kanina sa ungrouped data, nagtali tayo. So, 78. Hanapin mo si 78. Asan yan? So, of course, andito siya kay 76 to 80. Next, 83. So, saan mo makikita si 83? 81 to 85. Next one is 92. Where can you find 92? Of course, you can find it here, 91 to 95. And then we have 86. Okay, 86. So, ayan, nandiyan si 86. Ayan. Then, 96. So, nandito siya, 96 to 100. 90. 90, wala po siya dito. Andito siya sa 86 to 90. And then 81, 81. So, dito po siya, 81 to 85. 89. So, saan po siya makikita? So, sa 86 to 90. 89. Okay. And so on. And now here is our finished product. So under the tally column, we have now 1 stick, 2 sticks, okay, 7 sticks, and so on. So next one. Ayan, step 6. Lastly, record the total number of sticks per class interval in the frequency column. You may replace class interval with grades as the heading of the first column in relation to the data set. Again, make sure to write the title. So, andito na po yung title natin, Final Math Grades of 20 Grade 7 Students, School Year 2019 to 2020. Ayan, so our frequency, we have 1, 2, 7, 6, and 4. Let's continue. Okay, so let us now try this. Ayan. So we will have a family sports fest with the theme Pamilyang Pilipino, One for All for One was held in San Pablo City, IHS. Consider the following data set. Based on the registration records, the frequency distribution of the ages of the participants was constructed. Ayan. So, nakikita po natin yung table or frequency distribution at the right. So, the headings, we have ages, tally, frequency. Under the ages, we have from the lowest, we have 13 to 15, 16 to 18, and so on, up to 49 to 51. And then, yung tally, and then the frequency. Ayan. Now, let us answer the question. In which age bracket does the most number of participants fall? Ayan. Most number of participants fall. So, ano daw age bracket yon? So, syempre, dito ka titingin sa frequency and then find out the age bracket. Yung may pinaka mataas na number of participants. Let's find out. Okay, it is 37 to 39. So, asan po yun? Hanapin. Ito yan, 37 to 39. And then, nakita natin yung frequency ay 8. So, 8 yung pinakamataas na frequency. Number 2, what age brackets has no participants? Ayan. Anong age bracket yung walang participants, which is 0, di ba? Okay. So, tingin sa frequency. Okay. So, ayan po. 19 to 21. And then we have 43 to 45. 0 participants. Number 3. How many participants whose age fall between 31 to 33 years old? 31 to 33 years old. Ayan. So, how many participants daw? So, tingin po dyan sa frequency. Okay. So, we have 5. Ayan. Next, what is the possible age of the youngest participant? Ano kaya daw yung possible age ng youngest. Okay, so we have 13 to 15. Kasi nga po, yun yung may pinakamababa dito sa class interval, di ba? So, yun yung age bracket na 13 to 15. Sila yung possible youngest participant. And number 5, what is the total number of participants? Ano daw total number of participants? So, paano natin makukuha? You have to add all the frequency and then you will get the number of participants. And our answer is 44. So, i-add po natin yan, yung frequency na yan, and then you will get 44. Okay? I hope may natutunan po tayo. So, let us end our discussion from the math quotes. Set your goals high and don't stop until you get there by Bo Jackson. Thank you for watching and please support Ma'am Des Math Tutorials. See you on my next video. Bye-bye!